our dear viewers at home. We welcome you to today's edition of your favorite program, Nigeria, Our Fatherland, on Osun State University Radio and TV station. My name is Oluwatosin Mujirade, and with me is... Today, we're going to be interviewing an interesting personnel who is a prestigious academia by the name Adewale Adeniro. But due to some unforeseen circumstances, he is not going to be joining us today, but he is being represented here by another intellectual person. Our guest, please introduce yourself.
Good evening, our dear viewers at home. I'm here to represent my senior colleague, Dr. Adewale Adeniro. By name, I am Ojo Iyaboruth.
All right, thank you, ma. You are welcome to this program once again.
Thank you.
And the viewers at home, I would like to welcome you once again to this program today. All right, what our guest speaker will be enlightening us about today is about Nigeria language and culture. And this is to know how rich our culture is, and is to know how well and important our language is. Thank you.
Yes, so our viewers, we're going to be telling us how prominent Nigerian language is. And we're not going to specifically paint one language. We're going to be using the whole language, both Yoruba, Hausa, and Igbo. So we're going to go on a commercial break right now. Stay tuned.
Ọ̀rẹ́ mi, ó fẹsẹ̀ kan wá kí mi lé ní kí mo rí.
Wo ìgbà tí bàbá yóò sí lé mo ní kí n wá kí ẹ kúkú sí nǹkan tá à ń ṣe nílé.
Ṣé ọ̀rẹ́ mi?
Jọkẹ́ ń kọ́.
Ó wà nílé wà yàrá. Crystal!
Mommy, really? Like shouting.
Wo kí ló ń ṣe nu ilé gan?
Stopping the net. Hey, good afternoon, ma. How is Junior and the kids?
Mọ́mì Jọkẹ́, o ò kọ́ ọmọ yìí rárá. O ò fèdè kọ́ ọmọ yìí. Mo dẹ̀ máa ń tẹnu mọ́ ṣá. Bẹ́ẹ̀ náà ló ń sọ ọmọ Crystal láì ṣorúkọ agolo. Mo ti máa ń sọ fún yín wípé kẹ́dẹ́ ká gbé àṣà yìí gidi. Àṣà yìí ní ọjọ́ ọ̀la.
Ọ̀làjú ti dé ọ̀rẹ́ mi.
Wọ́n sọ pé ọ̀làjú ti dé o. Kẹ́dẹ́ ká gbé àṣà yìí lárugẹ o. Àṣà yìí lọ́jọ́ ọ̀la wa o. Orúkọ tó ń sọ ọmọ ẹ̀ yìí kì í ṣàrẹ o. Jọkẹ́ ni a mọ̀ sí. Má pè ní Crystal kankan. Àṣà wa ní ọjọ́ ọ̀la wa o. Ṣé o ti gbọ́ mi?
Abẹ́jì, ma.
Ṣé o ti gbọ́ wà ló ti gbọ́? Ṣé o ti gbọ́?
Mo gbọ́. Abẹ́jì o.
Ìyá Jọkẹ́ oníṣẹ́ pọ̀ láti ṣe o. Ṣé o ti gbọ́ mi?
Ẹ ṣe máa kọ́.
Kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ dáadáa ni.
You're welcome back.
Oh, thank you, Tosin. All right, viewers at home might not know the meaning of language and culture, might not know what it entails, might not know how rich our language and culture is. So, ma, please, can you please explain to us what do you mean by language and culture?
Thank you very much. There is no way you're going to talk about culture without it talking about language, because out of our culture is language being coined out. So I can say language is a method through which human communicate their ideas, their thoughts, and everything they want to communicate in between two individuals. And it is through this we express our minds and our thoughts. And culture is a total way of life. And again, culture can be defined as the idea, the norms, the values, and the social belief of a particular group of people, or a social group, or a particular society. So I can say, taking for example, Yoruba culture now, we have so many things that is embedded into our culture. One of it is our language. One of it is this cloth I am wearing, this Adire cloth. So thank you very much. One of it is our song, the way we sing, which make it to be different from other people's culture. So culture is a total way of people's life, their belief, norms, and values of a particular group or society.
Well, thank you very much, guest speaker. And I know some viewers at home might have gotten the real meaning of language and culture now. So right now, ma, I want you to tell me the number of languages we have in Nigeria and what are some of our cultures.
Actually, there are so many linguists that have defined the numbers of languages we have in the country, but we can't be specific because the years they have the statistic was different. But I can say categorically that we have up to 400 languages here in Nigeria. And because of our diverse language, because of our diverse ethnicity, we have so many and numerous culture too. One of it is the way we dress in terms of our dressing. Like the Yoruba dress code now, the men do put on agbada and shokoto with abeti aja. We women, we do put on iro and buba, and the agbada and putting on like this. We have so many ways to portray our culture, and then all these ancestral gods that we do worship,
yes.
like Ifa, like Oshun, like Orunmila, they are still part of our culture. Mind you, there are some cultures that do not even practice all this. But because of what we believe in, but because of our norms and our values, we really value all these things, and we made it part of our culture. And in fact, our language is part of our culture, in which by the time you hear a Yoruba person speaking, you will know typically that this is indeed a Yoruba man.
Wow, thank you very much.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you, ma.
You're
All right. Now I would like you to enlighten the viewers at home. What is the status of Nigerian language and culture in Africa as a whole?
Wow, thank you very much. In every aspect, Nigeria has been seen as the giant of Africa.
Wow, yes.
Yeah. So which means that in every aspect, be it economic, be it politics, be it language, be it culture, they are always number one. And when we're talking about population, Nigeria is the most populated country in Africa and the 7th most populated in the whole world.
It's true.
So we have a very great status when it comes to language and even culture, because it's so rich that even people from other country, they want to know, they want to feel what we are feeling in our culture, whereby they want to borrow from our own culture here in Nigeria and not other cultures. Do you understand?
Yes.
So we see Oyinbo men that have been wearing the same kind of clothes we are wearing. The last time my Oga traveled, he took the picture of Oyinbo men that are wearing this kind of dress and putting on her,
Yes,
which
true.
means they cherish our culture very well, meaning that we have a very great status in Africa as a whole in terms of language and culture and even every other aspect.
Okay, thank you. Now, we realize in this age that we are in that so many children don't know how to speak their language. They don't
That's
even
true.
understand their language.
That's true.
Most of them bear Ronke, they bear Abike, they bear all typical Yoruba names, yet they can't speak their language. And what's your take on that?
Yeah, this is a situation that has always been disheartening, especially when you're talking about linguists. It is something that we've been trying to reduce to the minimal, to curb, because it is so disheartening when we see children of that bears indigenous names, but they assimilate everything European in terms of dressing, in terms of music, in terms of everything. They've assimilated everything European. What has caused this is basically the parents, because they will tell us that the family is the first social the first social factor that expose any children to the environment whenever he or she is being brought up. So these parents have tried their best to some extent to speak their mother tongues to them. If you are Yoruba, speak your mother tongue to your children when they are coming up. If you are Hausa, speak your mother tongue to your children when they are coming up. If you are Igbo, even if you are Hefik or Hirobo, speak your mother tongue to them. Let them acquire their mother tongue. Let them cherish their mother tongue. It is through their mother tongue and their language that the culture will comes in. That they will know that in my language, in my culture, we embedded respect. You can't compare African languages and culture in terms of respect and moral to that of the Europeans that they are assimilating. A typical Yoruba child will greet his mother or her mother, kneeling down or prostrating, saying Eka Aroma, telling you that our culture and our language is full of respect and moral. But the whole blame, I can say that it is on the parents, but they are not, because they are the ones that are not encouraging these children. And wọ́n sọ wípé àti kékeré ni mọ̀lẹ́tí ń kọ ọmọ ẹ̀ lásọ̀ kékeré báyìí dẹ̀ ni àti ń pa ẹ̀ka roko. I think they have brought these people up with their language and their culture. Definitely they will grow up and have this thing running in their blood. To the extent that you even see some children telling you, no, I'm not a Yoruba girl. They'll be telling you this American English. Do you understand? It is not their fault. It is because of the way they are being brought up. So this is a candid advice to our parents at home that they should please, when their children is being brought up, they should speak their indigenous languages to them.
Wow.
Pelumi, my children will know how to speak Yoruba.
In fact,
We
some
love
of
that.
my uncles, their children's name are Risika. And if you see Risika is a very, very touche girl. She doesn't speak Yoruba.
Just
She doesn't-
imagine.
Risika.
And if you ask her, what's his name? My name is Risika.
Riska.
Riska.
Oh, wow.
Some of them might even change their name from the indigenous language and be bearing all these European
Yeah,
names.
seriously. Now, I want to ask, in what way is our language and culture helping to foster unity?
That's a very good question. Thank you very much. Our language and our culture has so much help in fostering unity. Despite the fact that we operate a multilingual language, a multilingual society, a multilingual country, and inter-ethnic tribes, sure you understand, we still make sure that unity is being fostered amidst us. And it is being brought about even through this our culture and languages. Ask me how. One of it is this National Festival of Art and Culture
Yes.
that they used to organize to bring about people from different ethnic background in
Backgrounds, yeah.
Nigeria. They come together, they showcase the culture, they showcase the language, they let us know what they are up to. So through this, we see some people that love it and be like, wow, I love this language. So through this, we see ourselves, we started marrying ourselves. It is through these festivals, like the last Oshoshogbo festival that came up, I think that was last week Friday, we can see that we have people from so many tribal, ethnic tribes, ethnic background, and even from outside the country. Are we getting it? And I understand from my Oga that there are some Brazilians that want to come to Nigeria to be learning our culture and our language for like 6 months. That should tell you how rich and prestigious our language and culture is, and which we are kind of not proud of. But some other people are being proud of it, even out of our own consent. So this language and culture are bring us together in so many ways.
Even
that
NYSC.
Of course, through the NYSC, it was because we tolerate ourselves to some extent, despite the fact that we have different background. But because we tolerate ourselves, we have been able to Yoruba students or children going to Hausa land to
the
serve the
east,
fatherland, going to anywhere to serve the fatherland, and we accommodate ourselves. So through these, we even assimilate part of our cultures, part of our traditions,
Yes,
part of
true,
our language,
true.
and all that. So language and culture has really, really helped in fostering unity in the country.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, does our language have any stand in our constitution?
Of course, it does. Despite the fact that we are operating a multilingual society and we have a multi-tribal background in Nigeria, but they camp everything under 3 languages umbrella, which is the Hausa, Igbo, and the Yoruba. And provisions are being made for these major languages and even other ones that are not being mentioned, like the Ibibio, the Kanuri, and even every other languages. So the provision that is being made is that all languages, all students from their primary school session, must be taught, and the mode of communication must be in their mother tongue. Meaning that if you are an Ibibio children, when you get to school at the primary school level, you must be taught, or you must the mode of transmission, the mode of communication must be your mother tongue, language of the immediate environment. But as time goes on, by the time you start getting to primary 6, GS1, and stuff like that, despite the fact that you're still an Ibibio or Kanuri student or children, you still have the right to learn one other languages of the 3 major languages, is the Hausa, Igbo, and Yoruba. So the constitution even recognize the prestige of the language, whereby they try and make provisions for these languages in the constitution.
Okay, thank you. we've heard of foreigners who come to the country to learn our language. They eat our food, they wear our clothes,
Yeah.
they use the talking drum. I saw one white man, I was marveled. Like he was beating the talking drum like he's an ibile.
It's
Do you
the truth.
understand?
Yeah.
So how true is this? How true is this? They also, I heard they are also learning about the Ifa divination and
Of
all.
course, of
How
course.
true is this?
It's actually the truth. Because if you do not cherish your own language, some people that know the richness and how prestigious it is, they will embrace it. Me, I will always say, one, if owó sì júwèé bàbá mi. But so many of us, we are trying to forget our origin, and which supposed not to be so. Majority of these are white men. They have embraced our culture, they have embraced our language to the extent that there was a program that was held in Osun State University Ikire campus, whereby this man that was invited was an Ifa man, a conk Ifa man, so to say. But the wife is a white. This is the kind of clothes that the wife was wearing that day. And the wife can say Yoruba fluently, and even the child. The child is a white too.
Yes. I think I've heard of that.
Of course, there are so many people that I have met through my Hoga, whereby they have to come all the way from America, from Australia, because they want to learn Ifa. You as a Yoruba woman, do you even know Ejiogbe? But by the time the man tó bá join Ifá mọ́lẹ̀ báyìí, wọ́n máa sọ pé Ejiogbe lélẹ̀. They know the ẹsẹ̀ Ifás. Because they recognize and they know how rich our culture and language is. The last Osun Osogbo festival that we had, we have so many and uncountable numbers of the whites there, because they want to come and see and know what is this about.
All right, thank you, ma. I would like to make a general comment on what you have been saying since. Please, I want the viewers at home to please try and be proud of their language and culture. It is very, very essential. You know, I can't imagine Yoruba going into an extinction now.
Seriously.
That would be really, really bad. That would be really, really bad.
Terrible.
So for our language to not go through some kind of language faint or death, so viewers at home, please be proud of your language. This language has its own richness. It is very, very beautiful. Let us be proud of our language. Thank you, ma. You have really, really enlightened the viewers at home.
Yes, thank you very much, Miss Iyabo.
You're welcome.
Now, I want you to help us tell our viewers at home not to be teaching their children how to be doing spray. I don't want my children to speak Yoruba and all. Please help us tell them to be speaking Yoruba to their children. Definitely, the children will know how to speak English. So please help us tell them at home.
Anyway, my candid advice go especially to the elites, because they'll be the ones to be like, I want my child to be like the Europeans. I want my child to be able to speak English fluently. I want my child to be like the Americans. Of course, if you speak your mother tongue to them, by the time they get to school and they are being exposed to their health too, which might be any other language, it will bring about a good proficiency for them in both their mother tongue and even the health too. So this is not just peculiar to the Yoruba parents. Both the Hausa, I even respect the Hausa people a lot, because everything about them, they just always speak their language, and by the time you see them, nowhere can you see them that you won't see them and you will recognize them immediately, even without you being told. Or this is an Hausa man, or an Hausa girl, or an Hausa lady. Do we understand? So I would advise I would especially advise the elites out there, both the Hausa, Igbo, Yoruba, Kanuri, and even every other ethnic group, to please enlighten their children to the African and the indigenous languages and culture. If you are Yoruba, tell them when you wake up in the morning, you prostrate, because our language and our culture is a culture of respect. If it is English, they will want to shake their parents, and which shouldn't be. So please enlighten them and let them realize it is not good. So let them know this our language and culture.
So that is it. Thank you, our guest speaker. She has told us literally everything we need to know about our language and our culture. And please, viewers at home, I would like to advise you one more time, please be proud of your language and culture. It is very, very essential. Thank you. I'd like to thank the management of the studio. They have really tried to sing.
Join us on another interesting edition of your favorite TV program. Same time, same station next week. My name remains Oluwatosin Mujirade, and with me is,
Olatunde Follow.
and our guest is,
Ojo Eyaboros.
and we all say good night.